There's a story in the Lotus Sutra about a lost son, a young man who leaves home and spends his whole life poor. Now, a phrase may already be forming in your mind: the prodigal son. Hold on to it for just a moment, because this is not the story you're thinking of. In the version most of us know, the son knows exactly what he walked away from. He squanders his inheritance, hits bottom, and comes home ashamed. In this version, the son has no idea who he is. He doesn't know he ever had an inheritance. He doesn't know his father is one of the richest men alive and is searching for him. He spends 50 years as a beggar, standing at times outside his own father's gate, feeling nothing but fear. This is a story about being far richer than you know, and about how long it can take to believe it. It comes from the Lotus Sutra, the scripture we follow on this channel, read through the Chinese Tiantai tradition. And there's something unusual about it. The Buddha doesn't tell this one, his own senior students do. The disciples trying to put into words something that has just broken open in them. This is what their own awakening felt like. So listen to it that way, not as a lesson from above, but as someone describing, from the inside, the moment they finally understood. A boy leaves his father and wanders off into the world. Years pass, decades. He drifts from country to country, growing poorer, taking whatever low work he can find, begging for food and clothes. 50 years go by. He has long forgotten he ever had a home. His father, meanwhile, has moved to another city and grown extraordinarily rich. Storehouses of gold and grain, servants, horses, elephants, wealth beyond counting, but no peace, because there is no one to leave it to. The old man thinks of his lost son every day and grieves. If only I could find him, he says. I could hand him everything and a rest. And then, by pure chance, still looking for work, the poor son wanders into that very city and comes to the gate of a magnificent house and sees seated inside a lord of overwhelming majesty, jeweled, powerful, attended by crowds. He has no idea it is his father. He sees only a great and frightening lord, and he panics. A man like that, he thinks, will seize someone like me, force me into labor or worse, and he turns to run. But the father, in a single glance, knows him. My son. His heart leaps, and he sends servants running to bring the man back. They catch him, and the poor son, certain now that he is about to be punished or killed, is so overcome with terror that he faints. And the father, watching, understands something. His son's mind is too small for the truth. If I tell this man, "You are my heir, all of this is yours," he will not believe it. It will break him. He cannot receive what he cannot believe. So the father does something patient and strange. He has the servants let the man go, and then he sends two humble, shabby-looking workers to find him with a simple offer: honest work, clearing waste and refuse for double the usual pay. And this, a lowly job, at the very bottom, matching exactly how small the son believes himself to be. This he accepts. Now the father begins the long work of drawing him close. He takes off his fine robes. He puts on rough, dirty clothes, smears himself with dust, and goes to work beside his son, day after day, as if he were just another laborer. Little by little, he earns the man's trust. "Stay here," he tells him. "Think of me as your own father." And over the years, 20 of them, the poor son keeps clearing refuse, but he grows less afraid. He comes and goes freely now, though he still sleeps in his little hut and still thinks of himself as nothing more than a hired hand. As the father grows old, he hands the son more and more. He puts him in charge of the accounts. All the gold, the silver, the storehouses pass through his hands. The son manages every bit of it faithfully, and still, it never occurs to him that any of it is his. "I am a hired worker," he thinks. "This wealth belongs to someone else." Until at last the father, knowing his death is near, calls together his relatives, the king, the ministers, everyone, and in front of them all, he says, "This is my son, my own son who left me and was lost for 50 years, and everything I have, all of it, is his, and always was." And the son stands there, stunned. "I asked for nothing," he says, "and this whole treasure has come to me." Then the disciples explain what they mean by it, and it lands. The father is the Buddha. The lost son, wandering in poverty for 50 years, that is us, drifting through the world, settling for scraps, having completely forgotten that we come from somewhere immense, and the son's terror at the gate, his certainty that this could not possibly be for him. That is the heart of it. When we're first shown what we actually are and what we could actually become, most of us do exactly what he did. We flinch. We think, "Not me. That's for the great ones, the holy ones. I'll take the small job, the modest goal, the corner that fits how little I believe I'm worth." So the Buddha does what the Father did. He doesn't force the whole truth on a mind that can't hold it yet. He meets us at the bottom. He gives us work we can accept, goals we can believe in, and walks beside us patiently for as long as it takes, slowly enlarging what we're able to receive. And the inheritance the Son is finally given, the whole immeasurable fortune, is Buddhahood. The thing that was always ours, the thing we were heirs to the entire time we were begging in the street. Here's the turn the Tiantai masters would want you to see. The son's poverty was never really about money. He was the heir the whole time. The fortune had his name on it from the very first day. His poverty was a poverty of belief. He suffered for 50 years not because he lacked an inheritance, but because he couldn't imagine it was his. And that means the inheritance is never earned. It's only recognized. The son didn't become the heir at the end of the story. He always was one. The whole long journey, the menial work, the years of trust, none of it made him the son. It only slowly made him able to believe it. This is the Tiantai reading of who you are. Buddhahood isn't a prize at the far end of the path, handed to the few who make it. It's your inheritance now. The path doesn't create it. The path just gently grows you, large enough to receive what was always yours. If you've ever felt quietly that the good things, peace worth awakening, belong to other people and not to you, then this story already knows you. Because that feeling, "I'm not the kind of person this is for," is not humility, and it isn't the truth. In the parable, it's simply the last thing the son has left to let go of. The father was never waiting for him to become worthy. He was only waiting for him to stop believing he wasn't. But maybe a doubt is surfacing, a lost son, a grieving father. All right, but surely there are limits. Surely this vast inheritance isn't for absolutely everyone. Not the youngest, not the least powerful, not the least likely. The Lotus Sutra has an answer to that too, and when it was first told, it caused an uproar. It's the story of a child, a girl of 8, who was not even human, and who became a fully awakened Buddha, not after countless lifetimes, but in a single instant in front of a room full of people who insisted it was impossible. That's where we'll go next. Until then, take care.